Testing, feed, testing. Just making sure the volume is okay. Let's see. A little bit more. I need a little more baritone in my voice. Alright, we're going to do the same thing. Going back from the forum. Going to go there. Let's make sure we got this in the right spot. Alright. And we're going to start at 10 o'clock officially. Just start from the beginning. It's basically another update on the forum just to document what's going on for future reference or for archiving purposes. I like to do this so I can look back when I'm old and gray, or just, you know, basically for archive purposes. Volume is good. Okay, thank you, Cindy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I have stained glasses in here too. If you'd like me to move into that too, let me know. Let's straighten it out. I can jump back and forth or just stay with stained glass patterns. Just, you know, let me know. I have a new header image. Really nice. I just like looking at the farm scene. You know, the sky is a little broken up oddly, but that works for me for some strange reason. Don't ask. It kind of works. Got 2 more minutes. And if you have any other, you know, off-subject thoughts or ideas or ways to improve the forum, let me know. I'm all ears. It's a really nice day in North Carolina. We got currently 58 degrees, no wind. I think in the Northeast they're going to get some weather. Get rid of that drought. There's a nasty drought in the Northeast. All the fires. And I'm going to be heading up there for Thanksgiving. Excuse me. Let's see. Somebody just booped me or something. A message. Let me see what that is. It's my wife. Let's go back to this. Alright. You do you. I'm trying to watch in multiple devices. Does it look good on the phone? I don't even know. I'm on the sending side of things. I have no idea. I mentioned earlier this week that I'm expecting an iPad. I'm not... I mean, I'm going to use it for one purpose, is to get more involved with the Procreate, the software for iOS, which does not work on a computer. It works on the iOS devices, phones, iPads, and what have you. I'm going to look and see if a stylus works well with it. The main purpose of that is what I do now when I make my patterns. I scan the hand sketches. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. And import them into my software. I use Apple Pages app. And once it's scanned, I can clean it up, clean up all the lines. And a lot of times I'll just go ahead and reprint it and go over again with a gel pen to really define the lines. What I'm hoping to do with iPad is to actually go over the lines that I created my hand sketching in Pages app, import it, and then using the drawing tools in iPad to basically make a line drawing using very fine-tuned waypoints. Waypoints are the little dots that appear on lines. It allows you to stretch a line, move a line, this and that. Uh, with Pages, it's not an option. So basically, I rely all on my gel pen, for manipulating the original sketch. It's streaming on TV. Oh no. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. Um, yeah. So with the waypoints, every time you click a waypoint, and I wish I could show it better here. I probably could. I haven't figured that out yet. But when I get my iPad, I'll be able to integrate it. And what I'm going to do is a video on the whole process. That I know how to do. Going live, I could probably import it somehow. Uh, and do it as I go. But a lot of stumbling when you're live. I mean, I'm unscripted, so everything you see is like here and now. So I may have to get a little outline to follow, so I don't get off subject and screw up, what have you. But let's just see. I got my browser. I can interact. All right, here we go. This is neat. I could open up a browser in this software, and the browsers I'm using is the Stained Glass Patterns on Facebook. And I could scroll. I could interact on the open browser. I could say hello. Oh, we should be live. Okay, live is on. Okay, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna open up the chat window. Whoops. Yeah, I screw up all the time. I just want to open it up a little bit so I can see more chats. There we go. So interact. I think we got it now. There's a lot of people doing holiday items, getting ready for fairs or doing fairs, and there's a lot of elves out there, I'm sure, cutting their fingers and breaking glass. If you're one of them, good luck with all your gifts and your showstoppers. There's a lot of ideas out there. I've noticed a lot more folks getting into the pattern business. Very inspiring. Some are very creative. I can't list them all, off the top of my head, but if you go to Etsy or just browse the forum, and you see the new designers out there. Some are quite impressive. Well, I'm impressed. Not that I'm the judge of all. I'm just impressed. But on that note, here we go. Starting with the header with the form C. Okay. We are now near 143,000 members. That's quite the accomplishment, honestly. I never thought we'd be that big, but here we are. All right. My post live is on. Okay. Angela. Lovely pattern from Birch Glass. Yes, it is. Amy Birch, she does some really nice stuff. The 3D, she makes the molds and the forms and this and that. And she's got quite the eye for, layout. Very pretty, Angela. The green glass is iridescent. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's one thing about iridescent glass is more you could appreciate it more without a backlight, but it looks great. Really good job. Let's move on. All right. Anyone know where I can get a pattern of split rock lighthouse? I think I've seen that. If I may have done one myself. I don't know, but post a picture. If you have one that you've taken or one you want to use, post it. A lot of people are here to help. You'd be surprised. We have one like. That was 43 minutes ago. So Kelly, no doubt someone will come along and help you out. Good luck with that. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and peek at my YouTube real quick. Just see. I just want to see where we are. Take me a second. Okay, we're open. We got 4 in. We got 3 live viewers. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure more will be on the way. Let's go back to the studio. All right, Catherine Nelson. Grandson's special Christmas ornament. It's all about Yoda. It's adorable. Pinterest coloring page for inspiration. All right. Well, I just want to remind you that sharing or asking for patterns of a copyrighted image is not allowed in the forum. If you do any of that, do it on the side. I don't want to have to start culling through requests and saying, don't do that. Well, I just did. But I'm sure he's going to love it. So I guess you made that, or I don't know. Very cute. How can you not like Yoda? Or that, whatever he is, the cute little elf. You got a little hinging going on with the ears, but I see it reinforced on the left really well. That should hold up okay. Just, all right, let's go. 9 people want to join stained glassers. Well, we could jump over and approve them. And Debbie, what do we got, Debbie? Made this piece for my dad several years ago. First pattern ever from a photo. Well, you did pretty good, Debbie. 19. Let's peek at that. What is that? A Rio. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that. No, it's called a Rio. I have no idea. My apologies. Cool car. They made them like that still. Probably weighs 1 million pounds. A very nice job. Your dad, I'm sure your dad loved it. You made it a while ago. You got the white wall tires and hubcaps. Nice job. And this is mine. My little rant. It's really not a rant. Just I watch videos myself. I'm guilty, and I do watch quite a bit. The glass videos. Just to get ideas what's going on YouTube. Whenever I see crazy stuff, I have to share. It just shakes. I just get upset when I see it, but not upset. It's like, question. What's going on? I just saw one where they were discussing flash glass. What flash glass is, it's hand-blown glass with a thin layer of color over a base color. It's not a 50-50. It's probably more like a 10 to 90. And it's made by blowing glass in a cylinder. They flatten it out, and the description of how it was made was correct. They just fell short on a few key things. One being flash glass comes in many colors. The flashing part, which is a thin layer. It's probably a 1/16 of an inch or less over a heavier layer of glass. The thin layer comes in many different colors, as well as the base glass. I personally have used red flash on white. I've seen black flash on clear, black flash on white. I've seen red on blue. I've seen many different variations of flash color on a solid hand-blown color. It's glass that the way you know it's hand-blown has a lot of seeds in it and antique lines. It actually has a lot of it comes in variable thickness, being that it's hand-blown. But it's not just one, well, it's not just clear base. It comes in a lot of different colors. I'm going to say a lot more of the flashing, but it's not just clear. They said, well, flash glass on clear. No, it's flashed on a glass base. Just wanted to be clear on that. So if you're going to say it right. And number 2, extolling stained glass against existing glass. It must be vented because of the condensation that you get if you don't. Even if it's insulated glass, you have less of a chance of condensation. However, you still have that chance, especially in a sunlit area or where there's going to be a changing in a temperature, throughout the day, or in an environment where there's high moisture inside, say a bathroom or a kitchen. You must vent your stained glass, whereas the other person simply said, which he's correct, you just put it, dry fit it without caulk. You don't want to seal it because that's, you're looking for problems. You need the ventilation. If you're going to talk about ventilation, you got to properly talk about it. Ventilation is where the heat, any heat that's caused between the stained glass and the glass that's there, you want that heat to rise up and escape through the top. You do that by allowing a space, the stained glass to not be so tight. Okay, and then on the bottom, you want to shim it up. I take small 1-inch snips of 1/4-inch lead, and I lay that down, and I put the stained glass, the edge of the glass. I use a 1/2-inch flat lead that goes perfectly right into the 1/4-inch lead, and you brace it where there's a joining line, say a vertical line going up and down, to support it in a sturdy area. You don't want to support it in an area of the window where there's nothing to hold the weight of the window. You want to support it on a line, a vertical line. That's really important. If you just put the stained glass in and let it sit to the bottom, especially if you're using zinc around it, you're not venting. You think you're venting, but you're not venting. You need to allow the air to come in from the bottom. It'll go around the trim, the wood trim, and follow it just by the nature of heat rising. It's almost like a vacuuming effect. It'll pull it through the bottom and out the top. It will also disperse out the side slightly, because when you make your stained glass, you want it, the rule of thumb is you want 1/8 of an inch space around your window, a 1/4 inch on the overall size. So say your opening is 30 by 40, you make your stained glass 29 3/4 by 39 3/4. So that gives you 1/8 of an inch spacing completely around the stained glass. It also looks good when you use 1/2-inch lead on your outside of your panel. it allows that to come over the edge of the trim that you're putting up. Gives it a nice edging effect. All right, and it also allows you to vent your window properly. You don't just put, you know, you don't just put the trim up and call it a day. You have to vent it. That holds true for 1/4 inch laminated exterior glass, for a door, say, any kind of glass. You have to vent the stained glass. To put it, he also mentioned double glazed panel where the glass is inside a thermal pane unit. I don't like that because you lose the beauty of the reflective value of the stained glass on the inside. What I mean by that is that when you have it encapsulated in 2 sheets of glass, you get a reflecting value of the glass, the full sheet on the inside, which aesthetically it looks horrible to me. That's my opinion. I like to see the contours of the lead and the solder and the copper, what have you, on the inside. You know, you can insulate the glass, but also on that note, insulated glass is not a done deal. They have the new product called Super Spacer. It's got desiccant built in, almost like in a putty type tape. It's like a thin, not say thin, but like a gummy material, but is mostly desiccant. Desiccant is the material that removes moisture from the barrier in between the glass. The old way of doing it was done with the aluminum square bead with actual desiccant beads inside. And then the square bead of aluminum had holes in it to allow the desiccant to pull the moisture out of the space between the glass. Problem with that is the desiccant eventually wears out and you get fogging. That begins with the early signs of orange peel. That's actually a term used in glazing. It looks like the skin of an orange. It typically starts around the corners, near the bottom and the top, and it'll work its way right across and have etching issues. And what it's doing to stained glass is you're destroying your stained glass. Though lead and copper, solder will hold up to a moisture environment, if it's a continuous moisture, where even in worst cases there's mold, mold, you'll see it, it's black and it's horrible. The moisture will actually oxidize the lead and solder and cause like that white crud everybody loves. And what it's doing, it's actually eating away at the lead. So you're destroying your window, and you think you're protecting it by putting it between glass. In the long run, I'm talking 20 years. You're killing you're destroying your stained glass. So put up your glazing, seal it well on the outside so you don't get moisture past the glass. Put the stained glass right up against it. Make sure you got room with the rabbet. If you need a different type of trim, you can use actually a screen bead trim, which is flat. It's 3/16 by 3/4 inch, and you can just edge it just to hold the stained glass in if it's flush to your framing. If you have room for 1/4 round, by all means put 1/4 round or 1/2 by 3/4 trim. Again, don't seal your glass and make sure you vent it. The folks that said, yeah, he was correct. Don't seal it in. But he failed to mention how to properly vent a window. I've done a lot of church windows with exterior protection glazing that was sealed in. And what I actually did on the sashes on the inside of the church, drill 1-inch holes right through the sash on the top and bottom, and install vents, aluminum vents that were brown to match the trim of the wood on the inside. The vents it would be like a louver at the bottom. The vents would point downward, so you'd never see daylight through it. and on the top the vents would point upward. The fins would point upward. So again, you won't see daylight. Uh, that's the proper way of venting a, a window that is in a sash. Like I said, a window you don't want to open anymore, or it's basically just a sash, whether it's double hung or stationary. You drill through the wood, right through the wood, if you're putting exterior glazing up. The other option is you can vent the exterior glazing. You can do that by using vinyl or acrylic shims and spaces, or rubber washers, just to pull the glass away from the frame. The only problem with that is they tend to in time get dirty from anything working its way behind the Lexan or acrylic, and causing issues. And if the space is big enough, it'll allow bugs to infiltrate. So if you can vent on the inside, it's the proper way of doing it. All right. And and the last one, cutting glass. I mean, this is a killer for me, because I know how to cut glass. I've been cutting glass since 1976. I've cut every type of glass known to God. You know, from stained glass to laminated glass, half-inch plate glass. There are different pressures depending on what you're cutting, and different cutters depending on what you're cutting. To throw out a blanket statement that with these cutters that have the tips that they go in and out, you know, the pressure you push down and the tip goes in. The claim was that that's all the pressure you need. Possibly, that's possibly true. However, sometimes you need a little bit more. And the YouTuber actually commented to that line, saying that, you know, you should know the pressure of the glass when you cut. That's all good, but just to say that all you need is the pressure of that tip going in is reckless and wrong. Yeah, it goes in. That goes in so it can self-oil itself. That's what that purpose of that little bump in and out is. A little rubber washer in there. I don't use those cutters. I don't like the way they swivel. But that's the purpose of that tip going in and out. It's to self-dispense oil. You don't rely on saying, well, that's enough pressure. Enough pressure is what breaks the glass correctly, or scores the glass correctly. So don't rely on that push in and that's all you need ideology. It's not true. It's wrong. I mean, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna really harm you other than waste glass, because a lot of glass you have a striated glass, you know, where there's clear areas that you could see through, and then there's opal areas where it's dense. It's striated glass or mixed opals. Sometimes you may have to press a little harder on the thick, dense areas just to get the score to work correctly. I'm not talking about grinding down on it, just a little bit more than you would on a clear area. That little bit of difference you can tell by how the glass cuts, number one, and by experience of cutting that type of glass. A consistent score on that type of glass is probably the best advice to give, so that on the thinner areas that don't require as much pressure, you're still going to get the proper pressure used for the dense areas. You're not going to destroy the glass, get chips and this. It's not going to do. I mean, you're going to overscore it on the thin areas, but you're also going to properly score it on the thicker areas. So, but bottom line is, that tip going in and out is not your gauge to how much pressure to put down on the glass cutter. That's reckless, and it's wrong. Okay? It's wrong. I will say it's wrong. It's bad advice. All right. And hideous YouTube, folks. Yes, the bad advice police are watching. I see it. I'm gonna call you out on it. Just I'm gonna do it. There's a few other things that were said, and I think I'm not gonna bring it up, but they're out there. These hobbyists that they pick up a glass cutter and they think they're pro Joe because they were doing something 30, 40 years ago, and then now that instead of doing this, they're doing stained glass, and look at me, and I know what I'm talking about. Watch out for them, okay? And if they do say something that contradicts common sense or tried and true methods that I will give you, I'm not going to say something that's not correct. I'm just not. If I don't know, if I say, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to say it. I mean, there's very little. I'd say other than fusing glass, I'm not a fuser. I know about compatibility. There's coefficiency of glass. They have a meter. You could test the coefficiency. If the coefficiency is the same, you can fuse it. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same exact glass, because the example given was of a certain spectrum glass that was the same glass but cut in a strip, and yeah, it'll fuse, but quite possibly, and I'm not a fuser, if you took another spectrum glass of equal coefficiency, it'll fuse to that glass. It's all about COE, and that matters for when the glass heats and cools, the molecules don't fight with each other and end up separating when it's finally cool or cracking. That I do know. So if you want to do fused glass, you want to play around with fusing regular window glass to stained glass, or colored glass, or cathedrals, or whatever you want to try, just get yourself a glass COE meter tester. They make them. I don't know how they work, but they work. Just make sure if it's 93, 96, 95, just make sure that the COE is compatible. That I do know. See, I'm not, and I don't fuse glass, but I know that. Ask me how I know. Great job, Debbie. Yeah, great job, Debbie. I'm sorry. I'll look at the chat when I'm not flapping my gums. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Rigo. Stained glass artworks. I hope I didn't go long with that, but it's really important to me. It's really important to me when I see inaccuracies or something that falls short of what should have been explained. I'm going to explain it and why. I hope I was clear on that. I'm sure it won't be the last time. But and I'm not out to break anybody's chops or throw anybody under the bus because they give bad advice. I really am not. I just don't like to see it, and people say, "Oh, okay," because then they come back to me with this. Oh, well, this one said to do it this. It's like, and then you have to explain them, and after half an hour explaining, they say, "Oh yeah, you're right." I said, "Well, it's because I don't give bad advice." All right, back to Rigo. Saint Teresa of Child Jesus Parish, Pagnasian, 2024 staying. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's a church in some other country. I'll get a better look at it later. I'll watch it again. Let's see. We have Jesus blessing the children. It's very a common theme in leaded glass church windows. Is that Mother Teresa? Could be. I believe it is. She's a saint. She's actually been, if I'm correct, I'm going to say I don't know, but she received her sainthood. And that's baptism of Christ. Another one. What do we have? This is the the heart of Christ, and it's basically a overall general theme beyond ascension. We have it's the Mother of Saints. I'm not quite sure. And then let's see what that is. Let's see Saint Peter and Mary. Yeah. So we have another one. Mary. Another one of Mary, I believe. I don't know, another saint. I'm not even sure. I'm sorry. Padua. It's going to be the... These are... Let's see. Monks. Very nice work. Okay, moving on. Nice work, Rico. Alright, stained glass patterns. For a short video from Stanislaw with a beautiful dichroic bevels. I mean, they're just fun to look at. The colors that come through dichroic. Very pretty. Very nice. You gotta hold it still. Just kidding. Good job. See what else we got. I'm gonna keep an eye on the timer. I go for an hour typically, sometimes over. I went 2 hours the other day. I promised not to do that. And Natalia, she's one of the new, well, she's not new anymore now, pattern designers. She has a shop on Etsy. She has some really cute patterns. Definitely a style. She has this very delicate style to her work. I think her ability of displaying them is really nice. You know, just this layout. She's got a little angle of the pattern, the trees, and yeah, wish her well. She's a nice lady. I believe she's from Germany. I do believe that. She's got some pretty stuff. Yeah, good. She left her Etsy link there. Perfect. And you could find other Christmas patterns in the shop. Good luck, Natalia. Alright. The art of coloring light. Enigma. You know, I think I've heard of this term, enigma. I just don't recall what it is. If anyone knows, chat it down there. I think it's something. I think it's religious based. I have no idea. My apologies. Looks good, Mogar. I'm gonna call you Mogar. Vitralis. Art of coloring light. Very nice. Alright, Shelly Ray. Another car. Obviously not done. Cutting and grinding. That's my dad. 64 Nova. There you go. That's the old box Nova. With the 2-speed transmissions. Well, they had 3 on the tree. And they had sport models and regular grandma to church models. Good year for cars. That's the beginning of the muscle car, the early muscle car. 64 Nova 2-speed. Well, they have a 289 or a 302, 305 Chevy. I don't even know what size motor, but they were little zipper dudes. Let me tell you, and they look cool. All right, good job. Good luck with it. And Tina, she needs a 69 Charger. There you go, Tina. Mopar. Dad's a Mopar fan. There you go. We get along. Mopar's my favorite. I like Chevy, but yeah, something about a Mopar. Good old Plymouth, Chrysler Plymouth. Oh, there's this one. David's coming along. Finally got it done, David. Let's see. That's enough. All right, you're up to your final foiling. Good job. Everybody's waiting to see that one lit up. Hurry up. Get soldering. Get foiling. All right. Do something. I'm just going to test the chat and make sure. I always get nervous. There we go. Okay. I don't know if my window's open right. I don't know. Truly amazing artwork. LEL. LEL stained glass. That's another new designer, or they've been designing, but they're becoming popular on Etsy. You got the Viking gnome, and they got the Curious Snowman gnome. That looks like it came from that, those Christmas things, with the puppet tunes. Just reminds me of Frosty the Snowman. Probably not. It reminds me of it. Good job. They're cute. You got the graybeard gnome with a top hat. Alright, just finishing soldering this up tonight. Illuminated glasswork. Another Etsy. I think this one, Sarah, she sells finished pieces, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah. Very nice. Just a very abstract rose with abstract designs. Very pretty. That's super double glue chip too. Anybody is interested on how to make glue chip, it's not that hard to do. And depending on how thick you put the glue down, the larger the chip will be. And they call it a double chip. It's got chips as big as $50 or bigger next to a single chip, variated. But this is definitely a double chip. May even be handmade. So when you start getting too big on the chips, it weakens the glass. They have you can use a set of 1/8" glass. You can use a 3/16 plate glass and chip that up. That would be kind of neat. They got real dramatic chips. All right, Stephanie with her Lunamorph from a different galaxy. I had to reread that. Look at that. Very pretty. Teal, purple, rose, and textures. Very nice. And that soft blue for the belly, the body. Very pretty. Nice color combinations. Alright, let's see. Yay! Lisa says yay. And Rose says awesome. And Angie Canales. Last minute crack. Uh-oh. Oy, oy, oy. I think I see it. It's right along below the right eye. Or the left eye in the picture. That's terrible. Oh wait, I did see this before. I think I commented. I said those kind of cracks, only one thing that'll cause that. Well, if it had a flaw in it already, but folks like to tap your glass. That's what you can expect. Tapping your glass may not crack when you're making it, but as soon as you put a little heat from the iron, it's going to shoot right across. That's why I'll say it 1,000,000 times. don't tap your glass no matter what. If you gotta tap it, okay, give it a little tap, but it's what causes these cracks. It's a shame. A lot of work in that face. I'm sorry to hear that, Angie. Let's see. Carol Radkins. Who do we got here? You're not done yet? Change out a piece or two. Okay. You need me to stop everything else you work on. Oh, that's for you. Okay. Well, you. I hope you like it. It looks like could be like a river through the desert canyon or Colorado or the Rockies. I don't know. The Grand Canyon. It's my guess. Very nice. Very nice colors. Yeah, Utah, Arizona. Could be. Okay. Kristen Whitley. 20 minutes from Atlanta. How many shops are in the buy people's art? Well, there's probably a bunch. Just follow Craigslist or Marketplace or Google it. You do go to Google and your location, you put in a location, you search stained glass. You will see all the dots where you can get stained glass. I've done that. When it comes to beginners, what's the shopping list? Oh, that's an age-old question. Are you going to get your comments? Let's see. Here's a list of my favorite tools. Oh, there you go. Look at that. You got a pre-made list. Thanks, Krista. That was helpful. Car wax. Yeah. Keith Black. Take a look at some jigs. Art Blessed. Alright. Vanessa Ovadia. I try to pronounce people's names. Ovadia. Esther. Vanessa Esther Ovadia. When it comes to beginners, what's the shop? Oh, wait. We just read that one. Okay. I'm sorry. The Mallard Drake is completed and ready for gifting. Yes, he is. Very nice. I mean, it's a nice panel. Just one bit of advice. When you're doing anything with scenery, where you have water lines, just a little advice. Unless it's predetermined or intentional, the horizon is always completely flat. Okay? That'll give more life to your panel. That's my only advice. Other than that, it looks great. The colors look great. You have a little wave in the furthest piece to show depth. You really don't want, unless it's very windy, wavy, and it's a hurricane. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, it looks great. All right, Carrie made Dogwood Cross. I don't know if I can. I think I saw that. It has the crown of thorns on. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Dogwood, the crown of thorns. Good job, Carrie. And thanks for sharing. I'm sure people are going to make that. Okay. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. Alright. Saxon stained glass. Very happy with my snowflake ornament. Didn't realize it matches my interior. Well, look at you. You know what? You can make a million snowflakes and they're all different. Especially with that Baroque glass, that Spectrum Baroque blue. It's just no two pieces of glass are gonna be exact. Looks good. Nothing wrong with blue and silver candles. Very, other than red and green, blue and silver. That matches Grandma's wig. I'm not gonna sing the song. Alright. Looks good. We got Buddy. He's gonna do a short video. Let's all watch. What are you doing, Buddy? He's showing the flexibility of glass. Yeah, try doing that with green model Chicago art glass and I'll give you a thumbs up. I'm picking on you, buddy. Yeah, it's glass will bend before it breaks. That's really not that hard to do, but it looks nice. Glass fairies. Marjorie. Yeah, shoemakers have elves, and glassers have fairies. They do. I've seen them. Alright. Yeah. I think that was just Heather says it will break eventually. Well, I don't think it's really meant to be displayed. It's just kind of for demonstration purposes. Alright, Debbie Sankey. Painting on glass. Went to the Sally store. Nail polish curing light. UV, I'm sure. Bottle of tiny brush black. Oh, nail polish. Well, I've heard of that. I've never seen it done. But if it works, one thing about UV curing, it is pretty permanent. Very tough stuff. It's got the UV, glue in the nail polish. Once it hits the black light, it just sets up like a rock. I used it to repair windshields years ago. This stuff wouldn't dry on its own, never would. But the second you hit it on the UV light, it becomes rock hard. Or daylight, regular sunlight would do it. But not cure it as quick as UV light. Use PBO paint. Yeah. PBO paints. I'm like, on them. I think they're a little gloppy. Let's see. Jazz Mogar. With a nice butterfly. Good job, Mogar. Vitralis. I think it's must be Canadian. I believe so. I see a lot of that Vitralis stuff from the French Canada. I'm sure it means something to do with glass. Megan, okay, how do I fix this? I think I followed the pattern perfectly. So many gaps at the bottom half. I shaved down some of the leaves, but I'm not afraid to make it worse. And then when they come back. Well, did you use templates? That's all I gotta ask. If you use templates, which you should have, cutting from the pattern, the lightbox technique, or straight from your pattern is never suggested or recommended by me for this very reason right here. And can you imagine it being 3, 4 times as intricate? You'd have 3 or 4 times the spaces, the gaps. So you make your stained glass, make a pattern, cut it with pattern shears. If your glass matches the pattern, it will fit. End of story. No discussion. You cut it from a drawing, a light box, or what have you. You're at the mercy of, well, did I cut this one a little over this way or a little under that? So, right here is perfect example why, unless you want to play with the grinder all day, why you should use templates. I know some people don't like hearing that. They don't like templates. They don't like pattern shears. That's the name of the game. You're gonna do stained glass. Get yourself a good pair of shears. Cut to the pattern. And this is gonna be in lead. You can use the lead shears. You would not have this problem. It's just you wouldn't. And if you did, pick up a piece or two and check it with the pattern, the template. If it doesn't match that template, it's not going to fit your piece. And if you got these problems now, without any material, lead, copper, it's just going to get worse once you put the lead and the foil on it. I mean, to save this, push all your square pieces together, make sure they line up nice. Take out the petals, see where you have to trim. If you can put paper underneath it, tape the clear pieces together. Basically, I'm doing a repair process on your finished glass. You butt them all up where they should be, all square. Tape them together with a blue painter's tape. Then slide some white paper underneath it, trace it, cut it out with scissors, put it over the glass and fix them. It's the best way to do that. That's basically the way you repair stained glass. It's not the end of the world. I would guess that you have a little heaviness in your leaf area, because if you cut it from a drawing, you couldn't see the lines. That's my guess. But if you cut from templates and this happened, just check your cutting. Make sure you're accurate to your template. Alright, let's go on. See, oh wait, I'm going to switch this to live chat. I think we're there now. See, okay. Nobody wants to chat. Ask me questions. If you think I'm giving bad advice, hit me up. That's how you fix it. It's really not a hard fix. But all those squares together, wish I could point to it. I don't have a pointer. But the green leaves on the bottom, take them out, butt everything up, tape it so all your lines are perfect, because that's what you're going to see when it's up. If the lines are a little jagged, they should be flush and across, up and down. You're going to see that. So you don't want to trim that. I mean, and if they're off or crooked, you don't want to trim that. Push them all together, and then trim your green, your red, whatever you're going to do. Or, Anyway. Another Mobius. I find these things to be interesting, and that's it. It drives me nuts. People love them. I mean, I can't say I hate them, but I don't like looking at them. It's just, it's an OCD thing. They're interesting to look at. Oh no, it is a beautiful day in America. You know what, Cindy, I was thinking about that today. There's one problem. I don't think it's a problem. The cost of materials are going to come way down. There's going to be more companies opening up. Ma Pa shops, glass shops, glass places that make glass, the ones that left are going to come back and hope this rebirth of America lasts more than 4 years. I think it will, because once folks see what it's all about, it's just going to fester in a good way. But on that note, uh, crafting, stained glass included, becomes more popular in a depressed society. Think about it. So people, they want a distraction, so they pick up a hobby. And my fear is when people start having more cash to spend, and things become more affordable, they're going to put down the glass cutters and buy steak and go out to dinner and movies and travel. Just my thought. I mean, it's good and bad, but uh, I'm sure people will still be doing stained glass crafting. It's just I don't think it's going to be as heavy as it's been of late. And I'm just saying that because you know I've seen a major uptick in the interest in doing stained glass over the past few years. I think it's mostly due to people, they got the blues, Oh, love to play. I read blues when I said it. Uh, so they craft. Distraction makes you feel good. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But uh, you could count on, and I'll say it. I could put it down on for the record. You're going to see glass companies come back to America. The ones we've lost. Euroboros or what have you. Armstrong. They went out of business. They couldn't afford to be in business. Uh, Overregulated. They were beaten up by the environmentalists and EPA, and the cost of solder is going to come down because of two reasons. Number one, the cost of shipping solder alone is astronomical, or shipping any material for that matter, due to the very high cost of fuel. It's not just the truck; it's all of the logistics. It's making it. It's to pay for the gas that runs the factory, the lights, the utilities, to the raw materials, right up and down the chain. Shipping is the final stab, but that's also going to come down. You're going to see a lot more competitiveness due to the fact that there'll be more availability, because there'll be more companies now getting involved with the solders and the leads and the glass. So the prices will not keep going up. I will stake my name on it. That come this time next year, you're going to see a major drop in all the prices of our materials, upwards to 30 to 50%. So all these prices we see today, I mean, I can't believe copper for what, $12 a roll, glass, $10 a square foot for green, and that's just crazy. It's all going to come down, and it's not going to be cheaply made in China and shipped. It may still be, but the incentives for U.S. business is going to fly off the charts. With instead of a 30% or a high 20% tax on businesses, the new, and I can't say his name because it gets people upset, the new administration plans on lowering the cost to do business by lowering the actual tax on business to 15%, and lower if it's made in the United States. So that's something really to look forward to. It's just a matter of, it's a math thing. So, and the companies that survived, like Kokomo, Wismac, Bullseye, I believe, still here, they're going to have to be more competitive. Their cost of doing business will also drop, so it will allow them to be competitive. So good days are on the horizon. You can disagree with me. That's fine. But I'm just telling you, economics 101. You know, lower the cost to do business, lower the cost of logistics, getting it to you. It's gonna uh, it's gonna be very welcomed. All right. Oh, Mogar's at it again. This time, looks like a birdhouse. Am I right? A terrarium? Very nice. 3D. Yeah, terrarium. And just one word of advice: make sure you support these things well in the corners. They will come apart. Especially adding any dirt or plants. Build them like a lamp. Put some reinforcement. It's a must. Cindy, peace out sign. Uh, I try to keep it about stained glass. It's true. I got a lot of naysayers. Oh, it's not gonna come down. You watch. I'm gonna predict across the board $5 foil by this summer or next summer. I'm gonna predict glass coming down 15 to 20% by next summer. Solder 50/50 is gonna be in the 10, $12 a pound. 60/40 is gonna be around $15 a pound, and less if you buy in bulk. It's coming. You can mark my words. I'll eat crow if it doesn't. Alright. Did I skip one? Oh yeah, I skipped one. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. Looks like angels. Yeah, the video. Yeah, just Zednek, Helena. Just you gotta share reels and things. You could put a little comment above. All I want for Christmas. You got it below in the reel. Yeah, that's alright. Oh, you got a song. Okay. Very pretty. Cute. Zednek again. It's the same thing. Alright. Beth Peterson. Let's see, check my time. We're right over an hour. I posted this comment in a comment. Still needs patina and finish the edges. How natural rainy sky. Okay. They look like real sand dollars? Are they, they could be. Very clever. Sea turtles with sand dollars. Very clever. Yeah. It was, I also, I heard someone ask the question about, which I'm concerned about these sand dollars because they are absorbent. You just want to watch using black patina on them. They may pick up the black from the patina in an undesirable way. I can't say for sure, but you may want to just consider that. Just be careful. Take a sand dollar that you're not using, a broken one, and test it. Make sure the black from patina doesn't become embedded and permanent. Somebody asked a question about black patina on cloth and cotton, and you throw it out because patina is an acid. Once you get that on any kind of cloth, especially cotton, it's done. Unless you immediately neutralize it, baking soda, and wash it, it's pretty much done. It's like it eats right through it. Eventually, but the black from the patina in your clothing, I highly doubt it's going to come out. I highly doubt it. What do we have here? Moga out again. All right. Very nice Moga. Nurtamid. Oh, we got a lot of in progress. Okay. Looks like a flame. A wavy doodad. Very nice. Lead work. I could zoom in and check on your miters, but I'm sure they're good. Wish I could do a lead class in a video. A few really neat tricks for lead that I picked up along the way. Maybe someday. Very nice. Someone help me with a letter pattern. Heimlich. 9 comments. I want to see what they comment on that. I saw this earlier. Box letters. Some alphabets. I can. Yeah, Susan can. That would be hard to maneuver. Cat sent a message. Giant caterpillar? I can't. It's a secret. Huh. Well, I'm going to take a shot. I think Heimlich is a German name. Yeah, so I would lean toward a Bavarian style alphabet. Just because. That's me. If it's not German, my apologies. But that's definitely where I would go with that. I would keep the uppercase for the H, make it large, and spread out for the smaller lowercase. But accentuate on the H, if that makes sense. I can do it, but you already got people chiming in. I'd like to see what they come up with. Let's see. Sally. Do a couple more. Uh-oh, we got a lurker. Just kidding. A lot of people lurk. For a few months, I had a taster day back inside. I was hoping I'd stuck on his teeth. Life got in the way. You want to start with float class? Some advice on a basic kit. Alright. Well, they're going to advise away. Advice away. Good luck on your new journey, Sally. You're going to love it. Yeah, go to Home Depot. They got clear glass. Sometimes they throw it out. You ask for the broken ones. Or a glass shop. Say, hey, you got any scraps? They'll give you all you want. Let's go to your local glass shop. Chuck is new. He's a retired carpenter and teacher. Used to restore cars, but at 65 I'm not willing to call around a heavy lift. The stained glass allows me to do so. Well, let me tell you, Chuck. Being you were a woodworker, you're a natural. There's a lot of glass work, very related to aspects of accuracy in woodworking. So you already have the backbone, okay? Your turtle looks great, by the way. Looks like, yeah, that's Wismac blue-green background. Very nice. That's for your wife? Let's see. Maybe your wife will be happy. Make her a wood frame. She'd be happier. Just kidding. Phyllis. Yeah, I'm new. I like looking at art. Okay, welcome. Is it your birthday? Alright. Sylvie Lurett. Oh, here we go. Here's my latest creation. Okay. That's different. It does look three-dimensional. It could be made flat and made to look three-dimensional. Looking at the bottom, I could tell it's three-dimensional. And the top. Different. Nice abstract. Carol wants to know, can copper foil lose its adhesiveness? Yeah. Some people say put it in a hair dryer, heat it up. And I wouldn't worry about it. Just crimp it on and go. Unless it's 1 mil. If it's 1.5, it should hold pretty much on its own without glue. If my dad and his wife, they keep it up all year. Oh, very nice. Christmas in July, I guess. All year round. Very nice. Katie Abdel Farah. Okay, so you need help envisioning the flower. I can understand what colors the glass use. Looks like a flower. I really need to play with the color to make it pop. This pattern is by Mary. Well, I guess start coloring it. You can import it into a paint program, use glass fills if you want. There are ways. If you have a Macintosh, may I suggest Pixelmator Pro or Pixelmator, the standalone version. It has a fill option where you can import images of glass. I use it all the time. It's a nice pattern. Just a little concerned about one piece I see. It's that back foot. It's got a little bit of a rough cut at the bottom. So you can work it out. Isn't this called stained glass pattern group? Alright, you know, I could hover over your anonymous participant and expose who you are. I'll check later. I'm not gonna do it. Do it. Alright, let's see who commented. Here we go again. Well, I think it is refers to stained glass. Oh, the fused glass post. Well, let me give you the truth about that. It's a stained glass pattern group, but anything glass related, hot glass, cold glass, anything you want is allowed. I'm not going to say you can't post fused bowls. Or the bottom line is people start replying to it, it's going to keep that post active. If people don't reply to it, it'll go away. I don't know. I'm going to have to find out what's going on. Alright, see, you're getting people upset. My guess is that you mean I should expose your name, but I'm not going to. I'm going to check it out. All right. But if you're one of those agitators, so I'm going to call you guys now, agitators. I'm going to take care of you. I'm not allowing that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a stained glass pattern group. And anything glass related. You could actually talk about making chocolate chip cookies. I don't care. It's just, I'm not going to keep anybody from posting about something that they're experiencing in life. Say I'm going to take a break from stained glass and eat clam chowder. Post it. I'm not doing my hobby today. I'm going to go for a walk. Post it. You say you can't post it? Sun Bear Glass. Alright, so you're getting started. Finally. It's about time. And look, you got your bear. I meant that in a good way, April. First one. Very nice. Next. Move on to the next one. Good job. Okay, Debbie wants to know, someone posted a candle holder pattern with a spiral design, shorter up to the longer than circular. Well, this one. Oh, there you go. What a helpful group. I need stained glass bicycle pattern for an ornament. I saw that yesterday. I think that's a really good idea. Maybe not a full-size bike, maybe a tricycle, with a bow on the handlebars, make it look like a gift, or a scooter of some sort. That got me thinking about it. So I'll definitely give it some more thought. Black Friday deals on solder. Could be. Just ordered 2 names with the others. Randy, that was Randy's book. Randy DeMello or something. Yeah, a doggone days. I don't know. Did a couple of books. Well, I'm sure you find them in thrift stores and maybe used books on eBay. First introduction to stained glass. That's very simple English design. That's it. That'll outlast your grandkids. If protected and put it in a frame. Put it in a wood frame. I am new to the group. Marilyn. I'm a novice expert enthusiast. Alright. We need more experts and enthusiasm. Everybody's an expert enthusiast. Alright. I wanted to try gel flux. Well, you're going to get a million answers on that one. Gel flux. Maybe I'll go to this last one. Maybe one or two more. I have a question. Why are people worried about others using a pattern from them? Well, some people are very protective of their artwork, especially if it's a custom piece, and they won't even post images of it for that reason, because they don't want it copied. I could understand that. They don't want to see it hanging up in, Amazon somewhere. But you're right about I tell a lot of people that do my patterns, I don't put a lot of value on the pattern itself, though it is important. The pattern makes, it's the design. However, the use of glass and the combination of glass and what textures, that's what makes the pattern. It's your creativity after, while you're making it, after the pattern. So that's why in my disclaimer, I say 100% creative usage rights. I don't put in any limitations on what you can do with my pattern other than selling the pattern. I mean, life is too short to get bent out of shape over, what people are doing with your pattern, making glass. They're being creative. Why do you want to take away that? Why would you want to stifle someone's creativity? Now, if they stole the pattern without paying for it, or feel it's all right just to pass it out freely, that's different. But a lot of people that make patterns become, overly protective. The watermarks, and if I find you selling it, don't sell it on eBay. I mean, come on. You make the glass, it's now your glass. You use my pattern, use my idea. You can use someone else's idea. You made the glass. If you feel necessary to give credit to the pattern designer, if you've got permission to use the pattern, by all means, how about it? That's my way of thinking. Maybe I'm the oddball out. I don't know. Tree top. I think the tree top is sturdy. Oh, also bendable. Well, I make a tree topper pattern, and it's really simple how do you hang it to a tree. I can't point it out, but that horizontal line from the center, you go out ½ inch on either side. Or actually, you can go right to that blob in the middle. Or take one wire, 4 inches out, so 8 inches of wire, bend it to a horseshoe, or, a rounded point, solder it to the back of this glob here. Hold it up against the tree, take the loose ends of the wire, wrap it around a sturdy area of the tree trunk near the top. I mean, there's no reason that the tree toppers have to go all the way to the top. They can go a couple inches down from the top, and you just cut the top of the tree off, and there you have it, a tree topper, sturdy. The two wires that come out the back, you give them a couple of wraps around, 2 spins. It's not going to fall down. I want to make sure it's up there well. Use a heavy enough wire. Something after bending over 50 years isn't going to snap on you. So I would say a 14 gauge or heavier would be best. Regular house wire. You don't want to use a thin wire. And it's behind it, so you're not going to see it. Right? Easy fix. Suspend from the ceiling. No. You need some kind of fishing line. Just put the wire. Wish I could have a pointer here, but it's a horizontal line. You want it at that height. Solder it to the back of that blob in the center. Or if you have to on the sides, go straight out 4 inches or so. Wrap it around the tree trunk and twist the wire in. You could snug it up tighter if you have to. It's perfect. And it comes down just as easy. Let's see. All right, Natalia. She's at it with a doggy pattern. Oh, I bet you his name is Patches. Leftover glass. That's a cute one, Natalia. You did good. I'm going to look at it carefully. Just kidding. Maybe put 2 eyes on there would really set it off perfectly. Just because. Good job. All right. And see 130. All right. Oh, I'll go 145. I broke down and made the stars the old-fashioned way. Yes, you did. Yeah, they're fine. Oh, you're looking for pre-cut stars? Yeah, somebody out there makes them. I forget who. Oh, Rusty Pickle, that's it. I don't get the name Rusty Pickle. Christine Abernathy's. Super excited. They pop up in Waimea. Waimea. No, you do. You gotta say the state. Waimea. Waimea? Because of you. Yeah, say Wisconsin. I don't know if Waimea. I don't even know. Give people an idea. Huh. And say, oh yeah, did you see that show up in Waimea, Wisconsin? Or I'm guessing. Check it out. Savannah. Oh, she did the old. What is that? The Leonardo da Vinci with a heart. Very clever. And she's giving away the pattern. That was very nice of you to do that. Your piece looks great. What's that? Starry Night. Yeah, I could be wrong. Leonardo? I could be wrong. Love the colors and design. May I use the pattern? I think she said you can. Oh, to hang it? Put it in a nice frame, I guess. That U brass or copper. Yeah, stay away from zinc. Then you can hang it any way you want. And it'll be a lot more sturdier. Everybody wants a Christmas tree topper. I have one. It's actually the Star of Bethlehem. It would make a great topper. You do it one of those angels if you want. Alright. Yeah, I'll post it later. I am making a chime using fishing line with glass beads. The glass. Huh. Well, Maureen, I can't give you advice on that. I would say, just make sure your fishing line is of a better quality, UV protected. You know, I would even go with a thin braided wire that has flexibility. You can buy the at fish and tackle shops. It's leader material, and you could get those little grommets or the what are collars that you use a crimper and you crimp them, and you can make it look really professional. It's my advice. No one's going to look at your wires. Some of that leader wire is very thin too, so you hardly would see it. But one thing for sure, it's going to be a lot stronger than monofilament that will deteriorate with UV. Let's see, this is from my buddy's grandma. Huh. She's going to love it. Hope she's not a member here. She knows what a Christmas gift is. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to do so many nice projects. I want to keep going. And we've seen this one before. Antique clears. Art Deco. I just have a little bit of concern with this design because even though it's very Art Deco-ish, it's not following all the rules. And I won't elaborate on that because I don't want to pick it apart too much. But the emphasis on that, the bottom chevron of that main design is just a little too flat for the rest of the panel. That's just my opinion. You know, you could take it or ignore it. That's my opinion. Other than that, it looks good. It's though it is Art Deco, it's not following every rule. Okay. But nice glass. Use an English muffle. Use clear granite. Use you got some of that. Looks like fisheye. That hammered, heavy hammered. Some more granite. Like the English muffle looks great. Alright. Where do you get spinner hardware? Well, yeah, fishing steel leaders. Just with those leaders, make sure the swivels are the ball bearing type. Because, you know, these things spinning, a regular fishing, uh, the barrel swivels, they're going to wear out. And you don't want that. So get it, spend a couple of dollars, get a ball bearing swivel of stainless steel. That should hold up quite a long time. They sell them online, fishing stores. I'm making everybody dizzy. Veronica McCaskill. Criticism welcome. Ah ha ha. Here we go. No, just kidding. I want to do this a hobby. What are some good pointers going forward concerning technique? Yeah. Well, I've got nothing to say other than it looks great, and move along. Get to the next feather or other next design. Your copper patina looks great, by the way. First piece too. Yeah, just consider an Etsy shop. You get more buyers. You got a little shipping issues, but the exposure is really nice. So this piece of Goodwill today. Know how to do standards. Yeah. That's worth fixing. Doesn't look terribly broken. Just these large background pieces. You take out the center and hang that. I don't know. Huh. So you get a lot of advice. Anyone have a review about this web? Copper foil. Well, we're gonna delete that. We don't like those kind of. Remove that post. No warning or anything. Just we're gonna remove it. It says forbidden. They don't want you to do that. Maybe last one. Happy Sunday. Who are these brothers? I have no idea. That Will Ferrell? I don't know. Without faces, how is anyone gonna know? I think that's Will Ferrell. I'm guessing something from the '80s, no doubt. Simon and Garfunkel? Hmm, could be. I, I don't know. Smother Brothers? I don't know. All right, one more. These sit on music boxes. Frosty isn't a video. Plays Frosty the Snowman. There you go. That's cute. Very nice. And very nice. How do you normally add it onto glass? Oh, there's how do you get patterns on glass? Well, most people say trace it. I freehand from the pattern. I don't expect everyone to be able to do that. It's not easy. You're gonna hold the line there? I don't know. A lot of different ways. Carolyn starting stained glass as a retiree. Well, go slow. Don't bite off more than you can chew. That's all. 65 Chevy Bel Air 4-door. That's a cool car. Good luck, Cindy. Yeah, Cat could probably help you out. Alright, I think we're gonna end at that. Beach instead of glass for. See? Susan Naktrap of Naktrap Glass Studio. Beach instead of glass for a few days. This is completely allowed on the forum. That's a great picture. Looks like the north coast of somewhere. Definitely not from down here. Big rocks. Cannon Beach and Haystacks. Yeah, thanks for posting. It's so peaceful looking at the ocean like that. With dramatic rocks. Castle Rock over there. Cannon Beach and Haystack Rock. Huh. Must be a place that I'm not familiar with. One more short video. What is this? Restoration. See more. Alright, what are we looking at? Alright, I'll watch. I guess you're making a glass shop, or I have the volume off. I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, wait. Somebody's commenting. Jealousy windows. Yeah, Ronald, I think you're right. Looking at the stain. They're typically 3/16 or thicker. So for stained glass, and most likely tempered glass. Yeah, that's a good point. There could be tempered glass. For a window or door, most likely would be, but when jealousy windows were popular years and years ago, I don't think they paid attention to that. But it could be. Try cutting one. You'll find out real fast. And alright, we'll end off on Nick. Couple of photos. Let's hope. Got a little prairie lamp. Okay. and little, I call it Prairie 2 panel. Very nice. All right, good job. Thanks for stopping in, Nick. I hope you enjoy the group. Uh, it's a place to get feedback, and we're one giant refrigerator. Post your pictures. We love seeing them. And I'm your humble host, or not so humble sometimes. And if you have any questions, reach out. But, looks good. And again, welcome to the forum. Alright, on that note, I'm going to sign off. The video has been going long enough. Next time we'll try to hit stained glassers up a little bit. Did a little bit of browsing on that. We're up to almost 29,000 members, and there's a whole load of new questions and people. It's a kind of a more refined format, but it's still the same. Oh, you're welcome, Cindy. If you want me to do more of stained glasses next time, maybe I'll dedicate a whole video just for that group. I'm open to it. This is a lot of work getting all this together, and I try to do it once a week. Maybe do some shorts mixed in, but mostly want to get the group archived. For whatever. 5-10 years from now, I like to look back and see what was going on and how I interacted. But on that note, I'm going to stop streaming, and you all have a great day, Tuesday. And oh, by the way, happy Thanksgiving next Thursday, and I hope you have a safe, enjoyable time with your families.